And now, our feature presentation.
To infinity and beyond!
My name's Bond. James Bond.
That'll do, pig.
Bad boys, what you gonna do?
Sorry with the box, who's in the box?
Ew! Get off of me! Ugh, that's it.
A lot of people go to college for 7 years.
I know. They're called doctors.
Houston, we have a problem.
Boo.
Boo.
Did I scare you?
No,
Oh, bummer.
you're too
Hey,
friendly.
oh, yeah, I guess that's a good point. That's a good point. Welcome in, everybody. This is 52/1995, your live movie conversation podcast where we dive deep into the movies of 1995. Why? Because it's been 30 years and nobody's talking about them. So that's what I'm doing. I'm your host, Cody, and I'm thrilled to be joined this week by my fantastic co-host, Alyssa. Alyssa, welcome in.
Thank you.
For those tuning in for the very first time, we're so glad that you're here. Each week, 50 boo of them, to be exact. Get it? I'm having a great time. 52 of them, to be exact. There are 52 weeks. In a year, we explore a different film from the year 1995. We dive into the year's important releases, discuss them in detail, and then I chat with my guest host about their thoughts and experiences with this movie. And we're finishing up our theme of coming of age this month with the friendliest ghost of all, Casper. But before we jump into this and give you all a little bit more details about Casper and when it came out and all that stuff, I want to ask Alyssa a couple questions. Alyssa, had you seen this movie before? Did you see it when you were a kid or a little bit older? And what was your kind of impression of it when you were when you did see it?
Definitely saw it as a kid. I know that's a first, or not a first, but rare on this show. I typically miss a lot of things, but this is a children's movie. Definitely got this from the VHS rental portion of the grocery store as a kid. Liked it a lot as a kid. This is like my level of spooky. Like, I love Halloween, but I do not love scary movies. So this is kind of like one of those perfect movies for me. I don't have a ton of nostalgia around it, like I do maybe Halloween Town or some of maybe those Disney Channel original movies, but still really like it, still enjoy it. It's very cute, very sweet movie.
And a little dark though. Like, what did you think? Like on this
I
rewatch?
honestly, like thinking back, I did think it was going to be darker.
I thought so too. I really did.
I mean, like a lot of, I mean, Disney is famous for dead moms. Like, but really dealing with death or the idea of death or crossing over to the other side isn't so a theme that you see often in kids' movies. But I did think that the dad was suicidal. Like before we watched this movie, I was like, we're about to see some dark stuff with this father. And he's certainly dealing with depression or denial, having a hard time processing and grieving the death of his wife, and now raising a preteen daughter, and going about in such a strange way. But we all process grief differently, I suppose. But I genuinely thought he was way more suicidal. Thinking back, it was way less than it actually in my brain was.
Yeah, I was a little surprised too when I watched this because I probably haven't seen this movie, even though I remember so many parts of this movie vividly, specific parts of this, and we might talk about them later. But yeah, I did think it was going to be a lot dark. I thought that the dad actually commits suicide in this to become the ghost. I remember that part of it, but I thought he committed suicide
Yeah.
Whatever.
Well, I just remember him being so joyful when he was dead.
Mm-hmm.
So I think maybe that's why, we have that weird Mandela effect with our brain. I'm like, oh yeah, he killed himself. And he really didn't. It was an accident, as much of being drunk while accidentally dying can be an accident.
But
Um,
why is there a big giant trench in front of a bar in the first place?
it is like Roadrunner, Wile E. Coyote levels of silly.
Yeah.
Like some of the enough of first of all that the door is unlocked that you could just waltz through it. It looks like it's the front door. So
Yeah.
how did they get in there in the first place? And just death-defying drops right outside of a local business where people are intoxicated, and there's some loopholes in this movie.
There are a lot of loopholes in this movie. A lot of like plot details that I was like, but wait, hold on a second.
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe we'll talk about that. Maybe we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else from your childhood that you remember watching about this movie?
The Can I Keep You? The Devon Sawa of it all. Definitely, I have a thing for blondes, I guess. Between this kid and the live action version of Peter Pan with was it Sumter?
Jeremy Sumter, yeah.
Jeremy Sumter. Between those two, those were like childhood crushes for me.
Were you a Tiger Beat or Teen Beat or Tiger? Was it Tiger Beat?
Tiger Beat.
And there was another one that was just
it was called J14.
J14, where it was just, and if listeners or viewers, if you are not familiar with either of those magazines, there were these things called magazines that were printed, and they had like glossy paper, but these magazines were a little untraditional because it was like there were articles in there, and I'm sure there were like little quizzes or whatever in there, but it was mostly just
posters,
8.5 by 11s of teen boys, and then like sometimes it would be like a centerfold kind of thing of like teen boys, or maybe they would have a full poster in there.
Retroactively looking back, like those, I think those still exist, by the way. Like those.
Oh really?
Oh yeah. It like not as popular now, of course, since magazines aren't as popular, but you can definitely find those at your local grocery store.
Wow.
I think my sister, I had 17 magazine.
Yeah.
And I think my sister was the one who got a J14 first because she's a little younger than me, and I didn't know they existed. So I think maybe they were but the fact that they were just like posters of little boys. And they were made for teenage girls. Like it was like it was all for teenagers. I'm like, it was like a Playboy in a way for teenage girls.
It really.
For 13-year-old children, Playboy.
There isn't anything like this there wasn't anything like this for like teenage boys,
right?
Which is
it was all about like dating. Yeah. Like it was all about like crushes and dating, and it's like we asked Pete Wentz what his perfect date would be, and that would be an article, like a whole article on that. That's
great. Tiger Beat specifically went from 1965 to 2021.
Oh, okay. I thought that's pretty long.
Yeah, that is a long time, and I didn't even realize that it was an old magazine, like in the 60s or something. Mm-hmm. That's pretty crazy to think about. But I remember my sister had all the, J14 or Tiger Beats or all those things. I remember her specifically having pictures of Devon Sawa. JTT was another popular one at this time in the mid 90s. Andrew Keegan, if you don't know who he is, you can look him up, but he was in Camp Nowhere. He's also in 10 Things I Hate About You. He's like the bad guy in that movie, but he was like a teen heartthrob at the time. I remember these pictures because of my middle sister had them all over the place. She loved Devon Sawa. Loved Devon. Who didn't? If you were a young girl in the 90s, early 2000s, who didn't love Devon Sawa? And if you
blonde hair, blue eyes,
just adorable.
Cheeks.
Just
Precious.
adorable. Just adorable. But yeah, not a thing for teenage boys, but still equally creepy in our 2025 eyes. And it would have been, maybe it's because of the creepy factor that there wasn't one for teenage boys, that they were like, oh yeah, but girls, double standards. Come on.
Yes, fair.
Who knows? Who knows? Well, let's break down this movie real quick, and then we can talk more about some of the scenes and things that we liked and didn't like about this movie. But anyway, this movie's called Casper. If you didn't know that, it came out May 26th, 1995. It was a featured debut for the director Brad Sibberling. He went on to direct the movie City of Angels after this, and Lemony Snicket's series of unfortunate events movie, Land of the Lost, that terrible movie with Will Ferrell in it that didn't do really well, but those were a couple of his directing credits. This movie was written by Sherry Stoner and Deanna Oliver, based on the Casper the Friendly Ghost cartoons and comic by Harvey Comics. So this cast includes Malachi Pearson as the voice of Casper McFadden. Yes, Casper does have a last name, and it is McFadden. Devon Sawa portrays him in his human form. It also stars Christina Ricci as Cat Harvey, Bill Pullman as Dr. James Harvey, Kathy Moriarty as Kerrigan Crittenden, Eric Idle as Dibbs, Joe Napote as the voice of Stretch, Brad Garrett as the voice of Fatso, Joe Alasky as the voice of Stinky. And we have a lot of littler parts in this movie. We have some cameos in this movie. It's really strange with that. Amy Brenneman is in this movie, who's actually married to the director now. So fun fact there. Amy Brenneman plays the mom. The angel mom. Ben Stein is in this movie. Chauncey Leopardi, we have seen numerous times this year, 3 times this year. Most famous for being Squints in The Sandlot. He's been a popular.
He's everywhere.
He is the kid actor. Don Novello playing his father Sarducci character from Saturday Night Live. Probably people have recognized him. We wouldn't, because that was a weird character on Saturday Night Live. Dan Aykroyd actually playing Ray Stantz from the movie Ghostbusters. Clint Eastwood's in this movie. Rodney Dangerfield's in this movie. Mel Gibson's in this movie. The Crypt Keeper is in this movie. So it's very strange that all these people are in this. This was produced from Amblin Entertainment. That is Steven Spielberg's production company. You've probably seen it. It's got the ET on the bicycle. That's the Amblin one. But he's wanted to make this Casper the Friendly Ghost for a while, and then finally got it off the ground in 1995. So the synopsis for this movie says that Casper is a kind young ghost, maybe even friendly, who peacefully haunts a mansion in Maine. When specialist James Harvey arrives to communicate with Casper and his fellow spirits, he brings along his teenage daughter, Kat. Casper quickly falls in love with Kat, but their budding relationship is complicated not only by his transparent state, but also by his troublemaking apparition uncles and their mischievous antics. This movie, here's I'm ready to blow people's minds here. This movie had a budget of $55 million, which seems a little big for this time, but with all the CG and all that stuff in this movie, makes sense. This movie had a box office return of $288 million. This was the number 7 movie of the year 1995.
Wow.
This movie's huge.
It is huge. I mean, again, if I've heard of it or have watched it, that means everyone has, because I'm usually late to the game on these things. But in terms of it's a cute children's movie, but because of the nostalgia factor, because these comics have been around since the 40s, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. This is old stuff. Why was this so popular?
It's their parents or the grandparents bringing the kids to the theater. Because I think about, this might not be a good comparison, but Riverdale, I grew up reading Archie comics. My mom grew up reading Archie comics.
Yeah.
And so thinking about them making Riverdale now, or, late 20-teens, that's maybe the equivalent of this, is that there's something for everyone. There's grandparents, parents, and kids can all enjoy this because it's like the great equalizer. If something comes out in 30 years from now about SpongeBob, I'm sure that there might be some equivalent there.
Yeah.
Um,
I think too, like, I know you had these growing up because you had a grandma, and everybody who has a grandma or grandpa or any of these things, these people in our lives always had these VHS tapes that
mhm.
had old cartoons on it. I remember like the Magpie cartoons. I remember like Three Stooges cartoons, Tom and Jerry. A lot of times people will
Oh, yeah.
reference and have love for, but I remember Casper cartoons, and it was the old ones. It was the 40s and 50s cartoons from them. And I imagine that's where a lot of uh, especially kids our age, we're probably experiencing Casper, and we're like, "Hey, I know him. Why do I know him? Because of these tapes." So, I think they were in public domain, and that's why they could put them on those VHSs that had like 100 cartoons on them that you could watch. That's how I first experienced Casper.
Yeah.
Is through those cartoons. I think there was one. It was called like A Haunting We Will Go. Is one of the cartoons I remember the most. But yeah, chat, you're right. The cartoon was huge at the time, and then ended up being even bigger after this movie comes out. So I've got some facts about that as well. But
And too,
go
like
ahead.
you think about like just I know we watched Jurassic Park, but like CGI is still really new. And there is still a little like a mystified um I guess aura about going to see a
Mhm.
movie that has CGI. That's impressive. Like this was cute and fun, but obviously like Jurassic Park is like the peak. And we've also seen like Jumanji where it's like the CGI wasn't so good. This is somewhere in the middle.
Yeah,
One
I think
because
some of this holds up pretty well. Like there's some
yeah,
good stuff in here.
and just to watch like Casper turn his hand into a little spatula to make pancakes, like that's an impressive thing to watch when you're not used to something like that.
Yeah.
So I'm sure that maybe like just the technology of it all could be a reason or a factor of people wanting to go see it.
And bringing up Jurassic Park, I'll go ahead and jump into a fun fact. Jurassic Park had 63 shots of computer generated image effects that were all under 6 minutes long. They used a lot of practical effects in Jurassic Park, but still CGI, very big. It still looks pretty good going back and watching Jurassic Park. Casper has over 350 shots and 40 minutes of the movie. So most of this, like a big portion of this movie is in CG, has CGI shots in it.
Yeah.
Most of that's going to be the ghost. And like you said, like Casper, and they had a really difficult time apparently doing the scene where Casper puts the dress on Cat.
Hmm.
But they made it looks good to me.
Yeah.
There are some like little things that you'll notice with the CGI, like you were just brought up the spatula scene. Casper's a little whiter and less transparent in that scene.
Mm.
That was the first scene that they actually filmed and done
Yeah.
and completed. And so they didn't make him as transparent or couldn't in that scene. But
Yeah.
you don't really notice unless somebody tells you those kind of things. So
Yeah.
it's great. Let's see here. Where am I at now? Oh yeah, the budget and everything. So the only other thing I wanted to point out is this is a big year. We talk about kids movies. Our extra credit for the month is also kids movies at the time. Just to give you a little bit of a perspective of the top 10 movies of the year. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 of them are children's movies, and they're all original children's movies. And some of them are IP, like Casper is, but or Jumanji even. So it's Toy Story, Pocahontas, Casper, and Jumanji are all top 4 or are in the top 10 for this
Mm.
year, which I think is crazy. Like that's
Yeah.
awesome.
It is.
I'm trying to look and see. Babe is the next one, and it's down at like 28. So
Wow. Yeah. Is Babe a children's movie?
I would say it was marketed towards children. I
Mark, I was
think
I watched it as a child, but again, I think the fact that it was nominated for movie of the year makes me like think it's less kid like.
I think it is one of those children's movies like that we often associate with like Pixar movies that
Mhm.
everybody can watch and get something
Yeah.
out of. But yeah, those were our top. Children's movies kind of dominated the box office. Obviously, we had like big action pieces, whether it's Batman or Goldeneye or Die Hard was the number 1 movie worldwide this year. Crimson Tide even up there. But yeah, the movies kind of exploded. Children's movies were a big deal now. And I think that's, I think that's still true today. You see movies come out and they're either big blockbuster set piece action pieces, or they're children's movies. Like, I don't know how well How to Train Your Dragon did this year, or some of the other ones that are coming out. I don't know how Elio's doing, or if it's even out yet, or
I'm pretty sure it bombed because
Yeah.
they didn't market it at all. I have
So
thoughts about that.
it was probably too gay for people.
Well, it makes me so frustrated, and this is me going on a tangent, and I apologize.
No, I love it.
That because anyone from the people who I've seen who like saw Elio, reviewed Elio, said they enjoyed it. To an extent, it's not like Coco, or it's not like The Incredibles, where it's going to beat the box office or anything. But they're like, yeah, I liked this. Why haven't I heard anything about it? And Disney just doesn't advertise their originals anymore. They spend all of their advertising budget on these sequels. And I think it's on purpose because the sequels probably bring in more money.
Yeah.
And then they have an excuse. It's like, well, see, nobody wants original films anymore. Everybody only wants, everyone only wants sequels, and they want to watch what they know. It's like, well, you didn't even tell people that Elio was out. So, like, that doesn't help. Like, put your money where your budget is. Like, I don't know. I think it's very annoying because I like Turning Red a lot, and Turning Red already has a little cult following. And that was one of the ones that Disney was like, nobody wants to see this. Like,
yeah.
It's really cute.
It just, yeah. I mean, other kids' movies, although this one's PG-13, Minecraft came out this year. Lilo and Stitch is the second biggest of the year. How to Train Your Dragon's in the top 10, which, again, two of those are remakes of
live action remakes.
Crazy. And then Minecraft movies based on a game, which is fun. It's at least original, came up with an original story. Dog Man is based on IP. That one's done a little. And then Elio, Snow White and Elio, another Snow White being
I forgot Snow White.
Yeah. And it's already on Disney Plus. You can watch it.
Because it was that bad.
It's crazy today. So, but I enjoy an original movie, even if it is based on IP. I enjoy an original story, just like Casper is an original story based on IP from the 40s and 50s. But we've seen a boom of this. We've watched this over the last couple of years, even with some of the television shows, Little Rascals, to name one. I'll name a couple here in a minute, but this movie didn't get rated very well, although it did very well in the box office. It has a 53% on Rotten Tomatoes. IMDb has this at a 6.2, and Letterboxd has this at a 3.1. Roger Ebert liked this movie. He gave it 3 out of 4 stars. He said, like the Flintstones, and the Addams Family, Casper is an attempt to bring cartoons to life while incorporating them with real actors and sets. As a technical achievement, it's impressive and entertaining. And there is a little winsome philosophy, as when Casper sadly tells Kat, I guess when you're a ghost, life just doesn't matter that much anymore. So Roger loves it. Now, Rita Kempley of the Washington Post did not. She said, as expected, it features extra spectral effects, slews of celebrity guest shots, and splendidly decorated sets. For all of that, though, the film is duller than a dead man's eyes.
Wow.
Yeah. Chad, I will disagree. It's not. I do not think it's the best of the ones that I name. I think Addams Family is underrated. I love the Addams Family movie. I think the Addams Family movies are great.
Yeah, I'm partial to the Addams Family movies, but it's way better than the Flintstones.
Yeah, Flintstones is pretty bad.
Flintstones is not good.
But another huge movie. Like, that one did really well at the box office. It's crazy.
It sure did. Halle Berry reeling it in.
Halle Berry. Yeah, Halle Berry. Isn't that the Halle Berry dance?
I don't know what that looks like. Your nay.
No, it's like you're looking in a mirror, like a little compact. to the Halle Berry. Look it up. Everybody look it up right now. Anyway, this movie does have quite a big legacy that came out with 4 seasons of a cartoon show. The Spooktacular New Adventures of Casper cartoon ran for 4 seasons, 52 episodes. Maybe we should do an episode a week.
That's next year.
That's next year. We're doing the Casper cartoon. 2006, there was a TV movie, Casper Scare School, that also gave a spinoff animated series. Peacock is supposed to be doing and developing a new live action series based on this. There were 2 straight to VHS or straight to DVD prequels. I remember one of these, Casper: A Spirited Beginning. It came in like a fancy clamshell case. It also had the Baby When the Lights Go Out music video on it by the band Five. Look that up too. Also, Casper Meets Wendy, starring Hilary Duff.
I remember that one.
Yeah. There was going to be a Casper 2, but it was a canceled sequel. Christina Ricci didn't really want to do any more kids movies. She wanted to kind of grow up a little bit. And yeah, they just couldn't get everybody back on this. Casper's Haunted Christmas is another straight to video one. And then there were video games of this movie on the SNES, the Sega Saturn, the PlayStation, and the Game Boy Color. So a lot of stuff came out of this. No Oscar nominations. I'm sorry for all those people out there thinking that there was. But now that we've went through all of that fun stuff, let's talk about this movie and talk about what are some of the standout scenes that really make this film memorable.
I kick it off with, James and Kat arriving to the house and meeting the ghosts. As like a note off the top, the whole subplot that is the actual reason why we are here at this haunted house, because a rich lady's dad dies and she needs to get the ghosts out of her mansion.
Like, so she can get some treasure.
That whole subplot can be deleted.
Yeah.
I think because it's just not relevant. There's no it's funny, there's comedic relief to it, but there's just no relevance to the actual plot of this movie other than getting Kat and her dad to the house, which it could have been one phone call and we never hear from that person again.
There doesn't have to be a treasure. There doesn't have to be any of that stuff. It could just be like, I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I get it. I get why, but I think it could have been, I would tweak the writing a little bit. But I started off with arriving to the house, meeting the ghosts, exploring a little bit, them freaking out, like Casper being like, hi, like and he's just like so enthralled with Kat and she's just like, ah! It is very silly.
I love that he sets up this whole thing. Like, he sees her on television. He's just lounging like all of us are doing. And he sees Kat on television and her dad is a paranormal psychologist. Psychiatrist, whatever. And that he's like, oh my God, I'm in love. I love his initiative.
Yes.
I should say.
If he wanted to, he would. Exactly.
And I had this scene as my first scene as well. I call it the first haunt. But yeah, like her meeting Casper and then her dad meeting Casper.
The uncles.
Then the uncles come home and we get to see them be intense.
Yeah.
And scary a little bit.
Yeah, they blow themselves up. Their eyes get really red. I mean, poor Bill Pullman is just having a day.
He's very surprised for a guy that speaks to ghosts.
That is one of my WTF moments.
Yep, same.
I'm like, have you never seen a ghost before? Because if you haven't, then you're just a con.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you've just been conning people this whole time. Like, do you think you're speaking to ghosts and now you've actually seen one? Like, you just were speaking to the wind? Like, yeah, like that is a bad response for someone who's supposed to be a ghost psychiatrist.
Do we think that? And somebody in chat just said he's been bullshitting. Come on. Like, or do I kind of like what you just said? Like, does he think that he's talking to ghosts?
Yeah. Because I mean, the man is desperate. not desperate, but it's sad. Like he is not dealing with his grief, and he is imposing that upon his child, forcing her to move from city. They said I've moved to 9 cities in 2 years.
Yeah.
That is, you're not even at a school for a quarter, like less than 9 weeks. And so that means he had not, in theory, 9 jobs before this. This is the 10th move. And you wouldn't be able to afford a commercial, or
It's not a commercial. They're doing a story on him on
on the
show,
news, right?
hard
Right.
copy.
But there was that woman who like had her face blurred out, and she's like, my husband wouldn't leave, and he got him to leave, and I'm like, okay. So again, I don't think it's one of those things, like I believe that he believes he knows what he's doing. I don't think he's like purposefully trying to con people, because again, that would be a completely different plot. He genuinely wants to connect with his wife. He's almost going insane.
Yes.
So like he's not a reliable narrator by any means.
And his personality, his character personality doesn't scream like con man to me, even though like I would agree with chat and say like, yeah, it seems like he is conning people. He's never seen a ghost before in his life, but I almost think that his grief has made him a little bit crazy, and he thinks that he is doing these things.
And you know how people will say like the cardinal, like, you know, like a cardinal will represent a passed away loved one, and you see a cardinal in your backyard. He's just bird watching, like, you know, like he's like out there being like, "There's your husband," and like based on those kind of wives' tales or those beliefs, or it's like, "Oh, I feel this person's presence in the room, and it's a little chilly in here, and it's and then now it's not cold anymore." Like I think I see in chat more of a stoner than a con man. That there might be some, you know, I think he thinks he is doing something.
Again, this is one of the major plot holes of this movie. But yeah, I can see it interpreted to all the more stoner than con man is a great way of putting this. He does come off a little cool to me. Like
he is pretty. It's the what is it? The slutty little glasses.
He's got those slutty little glasses. Joseph wore those slutty little glasses a couple weeks ago.
Slutty little glasses are very in.
I need to get me some slutty little glasses.
You, Jonathan Bailey, Joseph Pullman.
We're just sluts with sluts who can't see.
Blind sluts.
Just blind sluts. That's what we should call this episode. Blind sluts.
That was my nickname in high school.
Wow.
No, it wasn't.
Fatso and Stinky were mine. I resemble that remark. I love that. What's your next scene?
Going to Casper's room. His childhood room in the attic. Is that what you had?
I had the breakfast scene, which is like immediately following the first haunt.
Okay.
Yeah, I think
it's cute.
It is a cute scene. I think that's very funny. I think it's not like super funny, but like, or fun. Casper making an attempt to be like, I'm not scary. Ghosts aren't necessarily scary. We can't really do anything to you.
Yeah.
Let me make you breakfast.
They're starting to like, okay, we're in this living situation now. Like we got new roommates. Like the uncles are like, we've got these bone bags, and the humans are like, we've got these ghosts, and we're all just trying to have some breakfast.
You're just eating breakfast. Again, and another problem that I have with this movie, I think it's cute. I think it's a great kids movie, and I'm glad that I watched it when I was a kid, and I loved it. What is the time frame of this movie? Because everything happens within like 3 days, technically.
It's got to be a couple days. Like, I think obviously there's the initial like montage. There's maybe like 2 to 3 weeks in that, like, Carrington finding out her dad has passed away, having 3 or 4 different attempts to clear out the house. I mean, it takes quite some time to drive from Los Angeles or wherever they were, Santa Fe to Maine, Friendship, Maine. So like that took some time. By the time they get to the house, I think it's less than a week.
It's so fast. Like she's already hosting a party at her house, and these people are already like, I mean, 2 days, like he's already shrinking these people, or these ghosts, or trying to therapize these ghosts and get them to cross over. And then like he's like, they make friendships so quickly. Kat and Casper hit it off like within a day. Like everything has happened so fast.
Yeah, and Kat, you know, again, like she's like, Dad, I'm sorry, I thought you were a loser. Like for it for her to, you know, because of the there's like, I'm not trying to like defend this movie, but I'm trying to like reason with it.
Oh yeah.
Like the fact that they are in the ghost career field, for them to believe as quickly as they did makes sense. For them to like, if they were to, if Kat specifically was to be like, ghosts aren't real, even though he's in front of my face, like her dad's been talking about ghosts to her for 2 years minimum. Yeah. So like, she's like, okay, there's ghosts. My dad was right. I believe him. And I have to live here. This is my new reality. And if we stick this out, then I'm not going to have to move anymore. So, and again, both her and Casper have said, I just want a friend.
Yeah.
And she's like, I can't live anywhere long enough to make friends. So she's like, okay, I don't care if he's alive or not, still can be my friend. So again, there's like a desperation, which could makes the quickness of it all believable.
Yeah. It's just so fast with her school and like her, you know, getting a date and all this stuff. It's
her getting bullied like immediately. Like this blonde bitch in the front with she's like, party was gonna be at my house. No one cares.
No one cares. I have hated that girl since Casper. She was also Brad's girlfriend in Home Improvement, and I hated her in that too. She's just a bitch. That is all she can play, is that character. Hated her. Just a fun fact for everybody out there: it takes 35 hours to drive from Santa Fe to Friendship, Maine. Wow. Who knows how long they drove in the wrong direction because they had to turn around, but 35 hours. So
that's without stops.
That's without stops. So
probably take 48 if you're sleeping. Hopefully taking naps.
Yeah. 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 Are they, and is Kat, okay. So in that synopsis, we talked about like Casper falling in love with Kat. Is Kat falling in love with Casper?
No.
Right? No. He's dead. He's a ghost.
It's not that she's not. No, she is. It's like, you know, to go back to a 90s, 2000s term, friend zone, which is, you know, whatever. But she's like friends with him. But in her mind, again, and Casper has already built her up. He has had at least 3 or 4 days since he saw the video, got the phone call, so he is like, he's seen her. He's known of her for like at least a week before she shows up. And again, he is the dead one. So it's not, I think not only does he like her, he's attracted to her. He's probably, there's a friendship, it's a desire. We could get to the part in the chat in a minute, but like, he's also a 12-year-old boy. Like 12-year-old boys experience feelings, but he is like, I almost think I don't want to say jealousy. There's certainly not that, but she is alive, and he desperately is so sad that he is not. And I think there's that. It's like she's unattainable. Like she's not like a manic pixie dream girl by any means, but she is his dream girl. And Christina Ricci's cute, and she's like, you know, even with the little boys in the very beginning of the movie, he's like, please don't be scared. I'm friendly. Don't run away. And they run away. And he's like, everyone runs away. And she came back. So like, of course, he's just gonna zone in on her. Right. I think she's just like, this is a friend. Yeah. Then when she didn't even know when he, you know, spoiler alert, when he gets to be a human for 2 hours, that was him. She was shocked until he said, can I keep you? She was like, Casper? And like, yeah. So she was just not, I mean, that was like what made it click for her, is him having flesh.
Yeah. Which is another one of my WTF things, is when we get to like, when we talk, we'll get there, but talking about ghosts and why they look a certain way. So that's one of my WTFs. We'll get to that. Okay.
Casper the ghost is not cute. To address chats. comments. His head is so bulbous. He is a light bulb on a tail.
That's a good point. Like, we have a man or a bear argument. Would you? It's a ghost or a man?
Again, and if he wanted to, he would. If he wanted to meet you, he would force this rich lady to call this number to force your dad to move you across the country.
Well, also apparently ghosts can travel anywhere. They're not like stuck into a house, because we see the uncles leave all the time.
They go on vacation.
They go on vacation all the time. So if Casper really wanted to, he could have moved anywhere that cat was. He didn't have to stay in this house.
He's also 12.
Yes, he is 12. And I love that the ghosts go and bet on horse racing at Belmont.
So specific.
Like, do they win money? Like, I don't know. I know it was a funny bit, but whatever. What's your next? So your next scene came after the breakfast scene. It was
going to Casper's childhood room, which
yes.
I don't think I realized as a kid that was his room with all the toys and everything. And we get to learn about Casper. Casper gets to learn about himself because you forget when you're a ghost. You forget everything, how you died, your parents, all that stuff. We can, again, plot holes. But it was cute. It was, him just being like, I remember. And like I always love old toys in movies. Like, there's something just so magical about the train going around the top of the room and the Ferris wheel. And there's like a lot of movies that have like toy shops in them, a lot of Christmas movies. And I don't know, I'm just so enthralled with old children's toys in movies. There's just something cute about it.
Chad says, I got in so much trouble calling my sisters the names of two of the uncle ghosts.
I can't imagine which
ones. I was about to say, were they my nicknames? Because I imagine that those would probably be the worst ones.
Wouldn't go over well.
Okay, another kind of thing that I love that Casper room scene, and I love learning more about Casper and how he died, and it gets
Irish.
How he's Irish and how he gets sad, and he's sad about his dad, and he starts to remember all this stuff. The thing that has always bugged me is, one, Casper is 12 years old. Those toys feel very like 8 years old. And then Devon Sawa is very 14 years old.
So
in my mind.
Okay. And I don't know, because I didn't find this, because again, Casper was written in the 40s, the cartoon. What year do you think Casper died?
30s?
Because that is like, because I thought of that, I was like, these are like kids' toys. Now they were all packed up, like they were all in boxes. And Kat's the one who opened them and built them up to show Casper, right? That was like her ripping that wooden crate open, being like, ooh, like, so it could have been his old toys that had been already packed up for a couple years. But if we think about the 30s, the Depression, like, that's probably getting really into it. No one really put this amount of thought.
No, nobody did. Child. But I was trying to decide when he kind of died, though, and I do think it was. I really want to say in the 30s is when he died. But his dad looked like he was like in the 20s, but wait, okay. Duke Snyder. Oh, I was going to
say, I'm about to what Duke Snyder baseball.
His favorite baseball player. 47. So it was later.
So it was the 40s.
Yeah, it was late 40s. It was almost the 50s.
Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting.
Okay. So I was way off. That is interesting. How much we think of Duke Snyder signed baseball goes for?
Are you looking it up?
I'm looking it up, of course.
I don't know. I don't know how famous he was, TBH.
Is that it? That's inscribed. These are all like very low prices. I can't say that. I can't. I mean, he played for the Brooklyn Dodgers. I don't know. Why this level of criticism for the friendly ghost and not pregnant Arnold? Because pregnant Arnold made me laugh so much.
I say because I didn't have an adverse reaction to pregnant Arnold,
Yeah,
which
she was.
made you.
Yes, she was into Devon Sawa. She's not,
So that's half the reason why you liked what was that movie called? Baby Junior. That's why half the reason why you like Junior so much is that I was so disgusted by it the entire time. You just laughed even harder because my face was like.
I think that's a big part of it.
Yeah, I think about that movie often, like probably once a month.
It's because it's so good.
I specifically the image of him like about to give birth, dressed as in drag, running down the stairs at that women's center, and him punching someone in the face, saying "My body, my choice." Those two images are burned in my brain, probably for the rest of my life. I'll be on my deathbed thinking about Junior, and that haunts me.
It's like 2001: A Space Odyssey, Wizard of Oz, Junior, this is the greatest, Citizen Kane. It is the Citizen Kane of men getting pregnant movies. I will say that Junior is.
Awful.
It's not the Casper is not the Citizen Kane of ghost movies, though.
What's the Citizen Kane of ghost movies?
Ooh, I don't know. That's a good thing. Good. But they're both about sleds, Citizen Kane and Casper. It's all about sleds. What do you have next?
We are 46 minutes into this and we're not even halfway through the scenes.
Oh my gosh.
James dying.
Yeah, I had Lazarus Machine in there. So.
I said the Lazarus after James dying. Like not being introduced to the Lazarus, but using the Lazarus.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we learned what that Casper's dad was trying to Frankenstein him back to life and built this machine called the Lazarus and never used it, but only has enough liquid to bring back one human ever.
Yeah, which is, but
again, we'll get to it. Okay. And then while Casper is showing Kat this underground bringing back to life Frankenstein machine, the uncles have taken James out to the bar to get him schmammered because he's sad that his wife has passed.
Kill him.
And are going to kill him, but then he's like, "I love you guys," and like literally kisses all of them on the face, and accidentally kills himself by falling into a pit. Outside
of the bar that seems insane.
Which is again wild. And we come back to the house again. Kat and Casper are still in the basement, and the uncles return with the ghost of James Harvey, and which that part has always stuck out in my mind as a kid because again, this is why I'm not fun watching movies as a child, is that I'm like the weight of looking your dead father's ghost in the face and not knowing he was dead, then that's how you find out.
Yeah,
that's fucked up. She's like trying not to cry and she's like trying to do the pinky thing with him and he's like, because he's a fucking moron.
That broke my heart.
Yeah, it was sad.
Made me so sad.
That was very sad. And again, I remember that as a kid.
Yeah, that was tough. And then like we also have that side, the main plot of this with them, the Kerrigan and Dibbs trying to steal all this, and like it gets a little messy there with their whole side plot, and then them getting her dying to get in the vault and get the treasure that's not really treasure, it's a ball glove, and Dibbs double crossing her and then her punching him to death, which is something that I saw on reviews of Letterboxd. People were like, when all those kids run out of the when all the kids run out of the house because they're scared of Casper the ghost, do they see Dibbs's dead body on the outside as they're running out?
Maybe.
And she's never gonna get a boyfriend in that school ever.
No, no, that one little boy seemed to like her, but that's never going to happen again because he saw ghosts, real ghosts at her house.
That in the kid that like did the prank won that prank. Nah, I don't even want to, like, that's part of my WTF too. Yeah, the Lazarus machine was cool, I guess, but it gives us the the ability to save her dad's life and bring him back, and thank God we had that happen. As you have another scene.
Well, that gets into, again, Casper sacrifices himself and brings back Bill Pullman, and that's when the Halloween dance begins. So that's my final scene is Casper being allotted the chance to be a human until 10 p.m. By the grace of Angel, Cat's mom.
Angel Amy
Amelia.
Brennan. Yeah, Amelia, that's right.
And gives him the power to be a human for a little bit. So he shows up to the party and dances with her, and it's very cute. And that's when he says, "Can I keep you?" And every 5-year-old girl who watched that movie just fell in love. And they kiss, and then he turns back into a ghost, and everyone freaks out, and then they're just happily ever after, and it's fine.
And then supposedly the Uncle Ghosts are gonna treat Casper nicely because they sing a rendition of Casper the Friendly Ghost.
I guess
at the end of this movie, hit it, boys.
We also get a very sad conversation between Dr. Harvey and his dead wife. Like, Jesus, okay,
yeah, that was
sad.
That was sad. That was very sad. Yeah, I think
it's cute. That's the whole movie.
That's the whole movie. I think we nailed it. Do you have a favorite character, or was there a scene stealer to you?
So my favorite character is Casper. I think, like, even though he is an apparition, like him, like being slick with the little, like, he's like, "I'm gonna make you breakfast," and he's like, "There's a girl in my bed." Yes, like he's very funny and very cute. And he's like 12-year-old boy cute, like he doesn't understand like sex yet, but he just knows he has a crush on this girl, and it's very funny. Yeah. And also sweet, like just is a sweet character. He just wants a friend so desperately. And again, I love him, like when he opens his mouth to yawn and he gets really big and the train runs through him, like it's silly. But I think he's a fun main character.
I agree. I think that he is very cute and adorable. I think he's the best character in the movie. Any scene stealers?
No. I have my best performances different, but
yeah, I put the uncles as scene stealers because I think they're just insane. Like the kitchen scene alone, where they're just eating food for no reason,
just falling through their body,
and then they're like, "Why are you wiping that up?" Like, I love those guys.
They want to keep it dirty.
They got to keep it dirty. Yeah. All right. Favorite quotes from this. I honestly didn't have a lot of quotes. So
there isn't a lot. I have Casper's "Can I keep you?" because obviously
it is the line.
Cat says, "Drop dead," and Stretch says, "Too late." And at some point she also says, "Get a grave."
Get a grave was so good.
Do you want me to just keep going?
Yeah, keep going.
Cat says to Casper, "I can see right through you." And Casper says, "Yeah, kind of happens when you haven't got any skin."
Yeah.
Casper says, "God, I'd kill for a pinky." Because he only has like 4 fingers, or however you want it. He has 4 fingers. And he's like, "God, I'd kill for a pinky." And the last one I have is Dr. Harvey when he's a ghost. He's like, "I'm free. I've never felt so good in my life. I can fly." And he crashes. And then Stretch goes, "Stinky, work with him."
That's one of mine. I love that. The Stinky, work with him.
Stinky, work with him.
I had a couple more. It's just when Fatso, they're eating, he says, "I feel like Oprah on hiatus," and then Stretch says, "You look like Oprah on hiatus," which is so mean to Oprah.
So mean.
I mean, screw Oprah, but like, but very mean.
Just taking shots for no reason.
I mean, just catching strays over there. And then, of course, I really like the line when I think even Ebert said it in his, where he says, I guess when you're a ghost, life just doesn't matter that much anymore. I really like that line. So those were my quotes. If you have other quotes, please feel free to put them in the chat, and we'll read those out loud as well. Biggest laugh, cry, scare, or thrill? What moments pack the biggest emotional punch for you?
I said the uncles just for laugh. Like, again, every time they're on screen, they're cracking jokes, they're being silly. And when, like, Bill Pullman vacuums Fatso and he's like, this sucks. Like, it's very silly. We get a lot of our comic relief from them. That's my laugh. And my cry is I was genuinely like choking up when the mom as an angel comes back to talk to Dr. Harvey. Just being like, you're doing great. Like, she's a teenager. It's going to be okay.
And
she's
like
like,
telling him like, hey, don't do this stuff. These are my notes for you.
Yeah. And he's like, where are you going? She's like, somewhere I'm going to be able to watch over you. And I'm like, oh, okay. Like, it was touching and just sad. And like, you just see his heart break all over again.
I had that down when he sees his wife again. And it is like he gets his closure finally, to where he can kind of his unfinished business, so that maybe if he does pass away or die, that he won't have to worry about anything.
She says that. She's like, I didn't have any unfinished business. Don't let me be yours.
Yeah.
It's like, Jesus.
I think also when Casper is talking about his dad and like finding out how he died, and it all comes flooding back to him, like the voice performance of the kid that voices is so good there. And even when they find out, like, when Casper says, or when Kat's reading about his dad going crazy and saying that he's being haunted by the ghost, trying to develop the Lazarus machine and all this stuff to bring his son back, like, it's so sad that like his dad loved this so much that he was, wanted to bring him back so bad. It's weird, plot hole. It's weird that his dad isn't a ghost.
Oh, yeah.
Why isn't his dad a ghost? Anybody? What's Casper's unfinished business?
Life.
Yeah, just living.
He didn't get to do anything, so. Or maybe it was that he says it. He says he didn't want to leave his dad behind.
Yeah.
He said, I didn't go where I was supposed to go. And when I died, I didn't go where I was supposed to go. And he's like, I couldn't leave my dad behind. So again, you'd think that when his dad passed, he would cross. But I guess not.
Plot holes.
So many plot holes.
So many. Also, the uncles were kind of scary to me when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Like, is that like whirlwind that they do in the early scares was very scary to me when they do get like bigger and they're that was very scary to me. I also said when Dr. Harvey gets drunk and kisses the uncles, that was my laugh out loud moment. I thought that was cute. And I also think that Fatso liked it a little bit.
Oh yeah, he did. There's the moment when he's like doing karaoke. He goes, "Can I tell you guys something?" Get a little personal.
Get a little personal.
And they're like, okay. They're like holding their guns behind their backs, even though you can see right through them.
That's very funny. That is good stuff.
It's cute. Movie. Yeah, I like the uncles are my laughs.
All right, now we can get to our complaints, or what the fucks, our ridiculous moments.
I already said being a ghost therapist, but has never seen a ghost.
Yes.
The sex talk scene.
Yeah.
That was unnecessary.
It was really weird. Like, do we need to have this? No, we're good. Like,
yeah. She's like, it's time for us to have a talk. Too late for that, Dad. He's like, how late? And she's like, oh God, not that late. I'm like, late. Again, 12, but I don't know. He's a single dad trying to figure out how to raise a teenage daughter. Yeah. I don't know how to handle that either. My main what the fuck is the Lazarus never being used, but I guess it works perfectly.
Yeah.
Like, again, it is fully developed, fully works. We have one singular vial of liquid that will bring one singular person back totally fine. In order for that to have happened, the dad had to be alive. Why did he not bring Casper back?
True.
They could have done it.
In those other vials, there is a little bit of liquid that can be like reverse engineered to figure out how to make more liquid. Casper's had nothing but time on his hands. He can obviously move physical things. Like, a human has to operate it. I mean,
Well, even if he does, like his dad was alive enough to make everything and have it work functionally perfect, and then he died on the spot. Like,
yeah. Also, so I did see a theory online that the reason the uncles are dead are because they're not really uncles and they were actually like 3 vagrants that Casper's dad experimented on and ended up killing in the process to try and revive them and couldn't figure it out.
oh, interesting.
Yeah, right.
Very interesting.
And that's why their names are Stinky, Fatso, and Stretch, because he didn't care to give them real names.
Wild.
Those were their ghost names. So he killed them to do that.
Okay.
I like that. Also, like the remembering part of like being a ghost is very hazy on like the rules around that. Like people forget really quickly, but like, so Kat's dad forgets everything immediately.
Forgets he has a daughter.
Forgets he has a daughter, forgets all this stuff, even the pinky thing, like you think that would work and it didn't. But that didn't. But Kerrigan, when she's a ghost, she remembers everything immediately. She remembers dibs. She remembers what her whole plan was.
Well, that's something that got brought up in my research, is that she did start to forget. So now, granted, the dad is also drunk. So, like, probably still drunk while
because that's how he died. That's his ghost form permanently. It's just kind of always drunk.
Drunk ghost. But the Kerrigan, so she's like, you idiots, and she's like, I got my treasure, I got my house. What more do I need? I don't have any unfinished business. Well, her unfinished business is that she needs to get back to life. She completely forgets that the next step in her plan is to put herself in that machine. And then they're like, oh, geez. So that's why she ends up. There was some like fun fact that was like, oh, that's another example of the forgetting starting to happen. And again, we don't know the time frame between the dad dying drunk and becoming a ghost. Yeah. Also, what happens to the body? His body is mangled at the bottom of a pit somewhere. And he's just fine when he comes out?
Yeah, I guess they're just copies of bodies everywhere.
Yikes.
Love that.
Don't love that.
Again, there's a Dibs dead body somewhere on this estate. We know that for sure. Littler things besides how being a ghost works. The guy who gets his head turned around at the very beginning of the movie.
Yeah, what happens to him?
Again, okay, here are the rules around ghosts. They make sure and talk about this. Like they've mentioned it a couple times, that ghosts cannot hurt you.
You're right.
And like,
but they can, because they were going to kill Dr. James.
Again, like, but then they really kill that guy. That guy is dead.
Yeah. The fact that he was upright at all was crazy.
Yeah, and obviously it's for comic effect. I'm looking a little bit too into it. I'm reading too much into it. It's a kid's movie, blah, blah, blah. That guy's dead. So that bothered me. All the kids but Kat get their shoes tied together in that scene. Casper ties all the kids' shoes together in that. Not only does he tie the one girl's shoes together, and then she gets up and talks to them and then trips at the end of the movie, which is not my big complaint is, why would you do that, Casper? They're gonna think that I did it. Every kid, it's either me or the teacher. They're gonna think, because kids are evil, and
I mean, they were openly bullying her anyway in front of the teacher, and the teacher just accepted it. So, like, yeah. I don't think that's her biggest problem. Like,
insane, bad teacher. And to just be like, yeah, we're gonna host a school party at some child's house on the whim that her dad says yes, and I'm just like no, nobody's met him. Nobody, like, that school's messed up.
There's a lot going on there.
Also, what was the scare plan for Vic and Amber? Like, were they just going to be on it, like on her shoulders as a ghost, and on his shoulders as a ghost, and scare people, and that was going to do something?
I guess.
Terrible plan.
Which is,
she looks like herself with
right, which is also what they did though. Is like, she did run out of there on his shoulders, screaming, like bloody murder, and nobody was even faced.
No. So I don't know what the plan, like, why was that going to ruin anything?
Well, I think she thought that everyone would be scared and run out of the party and be like, the house is haunted and we're never talking to Kat ever again.
And we're going to go to her house instead, her pool house or beach house or whatever it is.
I guess.
Who knows? Who knows? A lot of things bugged me when I think about them. What about you? Anything else?
Nope, I said mine.
Said my piece. All right, best music moment.
I did say the end Casper song. The Little Richard. The uncles singing it with all their tiny little mustaches. Just a bit. There was like a couple little music moments, but like none that stuck out to me, so I just picked that last one.
Yeah, the score didn't really do anything for me. It is a James Horner score. My hair is going crazy right now.
It's having a moment.
It's very
It's like-
extreme.
It's a ghost.
What is wrong with me?
It's a ghost.
It is a ghost. Remember Me This Way by Jordan Hill is the song that plays when they're dancing together. So I think that's a pretty high note.
Mm-hmm.
It's another version of The Big Green has this. I haven't talked about that, but like songs that sound like other songs from the 90s. And Remember Me This Way by Jordan Hill sounds like it should be a Mariah Carey song.
Yeah.
But it's not Mariah Carey.
But it's not.
But it's a banger.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's it. Anything else?
Nope.
All right. Time to play F, Marry, Kill.
Oh no.
Yes, baby. Put your F, Marry, Kills in the chat, please. Pew, 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 pew. All right. Your F, Marry, Kill is going to be an easy one. There's an obvious trio here. It's Fatso, Stinky, and Stretch.
I'm gonna kill Stinky
Mm.
because he's stinky. And I don't want to marry or F him. I think I'm gonna F Stretch because I don't like him enough to marry him.
Ooh.
And I'm gonna marry Fatso.
Mm.
Because he's the funniest. He is definitely bisexual, which is kind of cool.
He is bisexual, and
Canonically.
yes, he loves to.
We get him dressed in drag, and I'm
We
like,
do
you know
get
what?
him
I'm
in
into
drag.
this. You know, I'm here for this. So that's my kill Stinky, F Stretch, marry Fatso.
Stretch is so mean. Stretch is the meanest of them
Yeah.
all.
I don't like Stretch, and I don't want to have sex with Stinky.
I'm debating killing Stretch over Stinky.
I don't want to have sex with any of these ghosts, by the way. None of them specifically.
Well, I mean, this is a hypothetical game. We're not
I know, but
actually
I'm
going to
just
go
throwing it
out
out
and
there.
find them.
I'm just throwing it out there.
I don't. She just wants to make sure that when this comes out, 40 years later, and her grandkids are watching this, she just wants to make sure that those grandkids they do know she does not want to have sex with ghosts.
Amen.
Especially ghosts named Fatso, Stinky, and Stretch.
This is not the movie Ghost. There's no pottery here.
There's no pottery. There's no Patrick Swayze. Patrick Swayze. Get it? Get it? Mm-hmm.
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm.
Can we go out and find them?
Gotta go to
I
Maine.
wish we got to go to Maine. I'd love to go to Maine. Maine was great. I've been there twice now. It's great.
Jealous.
I think I agree with you. I think I got to agree with you. Stinky's just too much for me.
It's a lot.
But if it's like a Pretty Woman situation and I don't have to kiss him,
Pretty woman.
where you're kissing, like when you have sex with a sex worker and you don't kiss. If it's like that, I would move him into the F.
But he still has stinky breath. That's his whole name.
Yeah, but
he
I'm not
belches.
kissing him.
But if your face is here, you're dealing with that.
But that's thinking if I'm going to be face to face with him. This is my favorite part of the show every time, especially when we get good ones like this. So
This is good.
This is good. All right, who gave the best performance?
Christina Ricci.
Okay.
I like her. I mean, I think I'm biased because I just like her as a general statement. I'm also always impressed by child actors.
She's a good one too.
She's impressive. I think her best is Adam's Family. But we saw now and then, she was pretty decent. And
Dead
she kind
Mom.
of is Dead Mom. She is kind of the like little baby scream queen,
Mhm.
for her time.
I was gonna say great screamer.
Great screamer.
Great
Yes, like
screamer.
great at being scared. I love her. I always loved her outfits. Like in this movie, I always thought she was like kind of like grungy and super cool. And yeah, I just think she's cool. I am like just impressed with her. I also don't think anyone else in the movie did a fantastic job. Like,
I actually liked Bill Pullman.
yeah, I liked Bill Pullman. I thought he was good. Like, I just liked him as a general statement
Yeah.
too. But again, I'm just impressed by child actors, I think, who
Yeah.
can do well.
Mm-hmm. There was what I would have put Kat or Christina Ricci. There was one scene when she looked at Casper weird, and I was like, that took me out of it. But I love Christina Ricci. I think she's great. I think she's a great child actor. I said Bill Pullman because of the one, like we've seen Bill Pullman before in we've seen him in many
While
movies.
you were
But
sleeping.
While You Were Sleeping, he kind of plays that like sexy, hardworking guy.
Yeah, like a
The carpenter,
woodworker.
yeah, like the Aiden from Sex and the City. He kind of plays that a little bit, and he's funny in that. I've seen him in Sleepless in Seattle. He plays like the nerdy, allergic to everything guy.
Yeah.
In Independence Day, he plays the president of the United States of America. I just think
Newsies.
Newsies. He's the king of New York. I just think he's pretty versatile, and like he's very like silly in this and has some physical comedy moments. I love when he's drunk and like his drunk acting and stuff. Like it's over the top, but I think it's funny and
Yeah.
lends to this when he's singing. He sings "That's Life" at one point. I love that, and then he sings
True.
the Jailhouse Rock.
I also don't know if I think maybe I don't like his character. And I think I think he's frustrating as a dad. And again, when he's a ghost, I'm like, bruh, like you have a child at home. Don't get drunk and
He
go hang out with
forgot.
your ghost. I know, but even like getting him in that situation in the first place, like
Hey,
I don't
guy
think
needs
I
a
like
break.
Dr. Harvey. I guess.
Guy needs a break. He's been raising a teenage daughter. Andy lost the love of his life. You don't know.
I said, guy needs a break and he breaks his neck.
Just wait until you're in his shoes. See how you manage
Hopefully I'm not.
with a dead angel wife. I also think that speaking of child actors, I think the voice acting of Casper is very good.
Very good.
All right, 1995 recast and a 2025 recast. Did you do these?
So I only had 2025 as per usual. And I said that James Harvey, the dad, could be Daniel Radcliffe.
Oh yeah, I like that.
There were just some like things about his mannerisms. I'm like, I would love Daniel Radcliffe in this role. That was my only real thing. I did say we found to bring back Christina Ricci as Kerrigan. Make her the bitch that sets it off. That's really it.
I had her as Dr. Harvey in 2025. Like make her the
I like that.
Make her a mom, and then we have an angel dad.
That's fun. I like
angel
that.
Dad.
We could have two moms.
Yeah. In the 1995, could Kirsten Dunst have done a better job than?
No.
Is JTT a better replacement than Devon Sawa?
How old is JTT at this point?
Probably 12, 13.
I was gonna say, is he like? Yeah, I would say then. I mean, Devon Sawa. Casper doesn't need to be a good actor. Like he needs to be.
He doesn't do anything.
Yeah, he doesn't even talk. It's still that kid's voice over top of him. I think it's just he just needs to be cute, and I think Devon Sawa can fit that role.
Yeah. Then I thought about dads that could have replaced Bill Pullman. Rick Moranis came up.
I love Rick Moranis.
Yeah, he would be a really good one, I think, in this.
Well, one of my fun facts is who else was considered for the role.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll get to that later.
So for my 2025 casting, I said, other than Christina Ricci playing Dr. Harvey, I said Louis Pullman, who is Bill Pullman's son, who looks just like him, could be that.
Oh, that'd be fun.
I actually said Scarlett Johansson for Kerrigan.
Oh, I like that.
Right?
I like
it's
that.
that husky voice too.
Mhm.
Yeah. And then a lot of people probably don't know who Jack Whitehall is. But he's a British comic actor, and he's kind of tried to break over into America for a while. But I think Jack Whitehall would be good as Dibs. Just like Eric Idle, who is a famous Monty Python sketch guy from Britain. I thought, hey, let's try and find somebody else like that. So Jack Whitehall, I think, would be good Dibs.
Nice.
All right, fun facts about this movie. There's a few, but I'll let you go through some of yours.
So I mentioned who else was considered. John Ritter, Tom Hanks, Dennis Quaid, John Travolta, Hugh Grant, Kurt Russell, Robin Williams, Jim Carrey, and Tim Allen were offered but declined the role of Dr. James Harvey.
Wow.
So that's why I was kind of like, I love Bill Pullman. Like anything I've seen him in, I've enjoyed him in. But he was 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, the 10th choice.
Wow.
I also don't think I would want to see John Travolta or Hugh Grant in this movie. Jim Carrey would be funny. Robin Williams would be funny. I don't want to see half of these guys.
I think John Ritter plays a good dad.
Mhm.
I think who was somebody else near the bottom of your list?
Tim Allen would have been too snarky. Kurt Russell, Robin Williams, Hugh Grant, Jim Carrey, Dennis Quaid.
Dennis Quaid would have been a good one too. From Parent Trap, we see him be Lindsay Lohan's father in that. John Ritter's a good dad character. Rick Moranis falls into that same kind of category as well. So
do you want to go back and forth?
Yeah, sure.
With fun facts, go for it.
The house that was used for Whipstaff Manor was also used to film scenes from the Backstreet Boys music video, Everybody, Backstreet's Back, most notably the ballroom dance sequence from that. So that like swirly floor is very recognizable. So
yes, you pointed that out while we were watching it. You're like, do you recognize that? And I was like, no, but because I am horrible memory. I see this is the first feature film to have a fully computer generated visual effects character as a leading role. I thought that was fun.
That is fun. That's that 40 minutes of screen time.
Yeah.
There was actually a musical scene filmed for this movie, and was filmed. It's called "Lucky Enough to Be a Ghost," where the three ghosts actually sing about their mental problems. I'd like to watch that.
Yes, it would cost a couple extra million, so that's why it's not in the movie. And I'm like, oh boy, but I mean, they would have made up for it. Dan Aykroyd, with his cameo with Ghostbusters, did later confirm that his cameo was canon to the Ghostbusters franchise.
Dan
so
Aykroyd.
stupid.
Why? Yeah, it's so dumb.
I don't care. I love it. I was like, yes, I love random shit like that. That's so funny.
I thought this was interesting as a movie person. Many of the film's elements are inspired by the movie Topper Returns. Both films have a haunted house bequeathed to a woman named Carrington or Kerrigan, secret passages below the house, railway tracks leading to a secret lair, and a ghost who befriends a woman who inherits the house. And then also both of Dr. Harvey's outfits in the film were inspired by Don Knotts' outfits in both the film and poster of the Ghost and Mr. Chicken. So yeah,
I like
fun.
that.
Yeah.
I got James and Kat Harvey are named after Harvey Comics, the longtime publisher of Casper the Friendly Ghost. That's where the name Harvey came from. I thought that was fun.
And let's see, body count. We haven't done a body count in a while. There was we have a body count for this one, 2, but possibly 4, and I go with 4. So Kerrigan dies by falling off a cliff. Dr. Harvey dies falling down, that trench. 3 and 4 can be, say it, Dibs dies. And then the guy who gets his neck twisted around completely.
Does Dr. Harvey count if he gets brought back to life?
He did die, though.
Yes.
I'm counting it as a death.
Okay.
Remember his body. Remember his body is still laying in that there.
That's horrific. The implication.
It's pretty awesome.
I just have one more about the town of Friendship, Maine. That is a name of a real village in Maine near Camden and Rockport, and that's where the movie was filmed. So
Yeah.
on the scene location, an actual village named Friendship.
Which I saw some of the stuff and like the filming. I wanted to see if it really was filmed in Maine. Where like watching this movie, a lot of this doesn't happen outside ever.
No,
So
no.
obviously a lot of it is like studio work in LA and all that stuff. But I was thinking about it last night and I was like, yeah, they're most of this movie is actually filmed in a house. The fact that we're in Maine doesn't really do much for
No,
you.
there's the water.
Yeah. The outward shots of it and everything.
Mhm.
But yeah.
Them sitting on the
Oh,
lighthouse.
the lighthouse. I forgot about the lighthouse. Anything else? All right. Like a fine wine and dish. If you could pair this movie with another movie for a double feature, what would you choose?
I had a couple.
All right.
I said Now and Then because again we just watched that. Christina Ricci, Devon Sawa, love interest, 1995. Done. Dead mom. I also picked a couple. So I picked Beauty and the Beast. Kind of trapped in a mansion with a creature that is kind of scary to me, but we become friends and fall in love. I also picked Cinderella. Specifically for the Casper storyline, like his three uncles kind of be like the evil stepmom and stepsisters, making him clean up or being their servant, cook them food. And then he's like, Cinderella got till midnight and she's like, well, Cinderella wasn't 12 years old and like has to go till 10 o'clock to be a human. So a couple of Cinderella elements there. I also picked Hocus Pocus for vibes, and Death Becomes Her. Because of the head being twisted around in the beginning. That's
nice.
People, and also like the comedy of killing one another, like Kerrigan and Dibbs, like she tries to run him over with the car and like kill him, and like that's part of Death Becomes Her. Even though they're immortal, just killing each other the whole time. Like that just kind of made me chuckle.
Nice.
So they're mine.
Nice. I also had a Hocus Pocus on my list, but I had a couple extras because I thought maybe you would have a couple of these. My first pairing is going to be Richie Rich.
Okay.
Richie Rich is also a Harvey comic.
Oh, okay.
Those are basically the most famous Harvey comics are Richie Rich and Casper the Friendly Ghost. And there is long been a theory on the internet that Richie Rich is actually the alive version of Casper. If you look at their animation style, they are the same, like they have the same eyes, the same bulbous head, all the same stuff. So a lot of people say that Richie Rich died and then became Casper the Friendly Ghost.
Interesting.
So that'd be a good one too, especially in the Harvey comics world. Goosebumps the movie, I thought might be good with this. Scooby-Doo, another cartoon show about ghosts, and another cartoon that got turned into a real life movie. And then to bring it all home with a dead mom, Beetlejuice.
Oh, I thought of Beetlejuice too.
Yeah.
But didn't add that one.
Hey mom, dead mom. It's a good song from that musical.
Wow.
All right. On a scale of 1 to 5, how likely are you to rewatch this movie?
I gave it a 4.
Yeah.
This isn't like, because I was thinking about this, I have certain like Halloween and Christmas movies that I watch year after year because I have the nostalgia for them. They make me happy. They put me in the mood for the season. This isn't one of them. But I am not opposed. If someone's like, you want to watch Casper? I'm like, let's watch Casper. I'm not opposed to watching it again.
This is a sexual awakening movie for a lot of young girls.
Yeah. Yes.
I like to bring that up.
So I'll rewatch it. I have nothing. I'm not actively seeking it out. I don't think. Maybe in like 5 years, I'll be like, oh, I haven't watched that in 5 years. Let's watch that again.
Nice. Yeah, I gave it a 3. It is one of those movies that kind of what you're talking about. I do have a letterbox list out there for anybody that's interested. It's movies for spooky season when you're trying not to get too spooky. So if you're not trying to get crazy with like super scary movies, I have a list for you out there that has 77 movies on it that you might enjoy. Some of them are a little fringe on that. You can kind of pick out which ones are. There's a lot of DCOMs on here, a lot of kids movies on here.
Mhm.
So if you want to check that out, you can check that out. Actually, I can put the link in the chat right now. So there you go. If you want to look at that list, you can, because October's coming up soon. Maybe you want to watch some not so scary movies, or if you have suggestions for me, a great place to do that would be in our Discord, to let me know what you think. I gave it a 3 for rewatchability. On a scale of 1 to 5 overall, what did you give it?
I gave it a 3.
Mhm.
I didn't dislike it by any means, but it's again, there's so many plot holes, and I don't think I have enough nostalgia to combat against the plot holes.
Yeah.
For this one, like I will watch Halloween Town over and over and over again, and as bad as the acting is, as silly as the movie is, it's a decom. I didn't even go to theaters. I will die for Halloween Town. But this one, I'm like, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's good.
I agree with you. I gave it a 2.5, and I think the same reason too, like plot holes. And I do think this is a fine movie. I think it's a great, like a good kids movie. I feel like I've been giving out tons of 3s lately, and I was going to give this a 3 as well. But then I was like, but to your point, like this isn't one that I automatically go to whenever I'm thinking of Halloween season, even if it is a bad one. Like I can go to Hocus Pocus just as easily, because I think
Yeah.
that one's more fun, or
Yeah.
has better lines and things that I can, or Beetlejuice or Scooby-Doo. Those are always more of a go-to for the same kind of vibe. I
Yep.
do not hate this movie by any means. So if you think that I do, you're wrong. Even though I gave it a 2.5, it's not my go-to.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. Well, that's it. We did Casper. We did it in an hour and 30 minutes, so we're not doing too bad. We were a little long there for a little, but I pulled it. We got it back.
We got it back.
So thank you, Alyssa, for doing this. Thank you for watching this movie with me, and thank you for doing a lot of these really recently. So thank you for that. Have you watched anything recently that you would like to recommend to people? And it's okay if you haven't, because you've been gone.
I have not. I am in the midst of reading The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. That is my it's so far so good. I'm not very far into it, but that is what I'm reading. I can come back with a report on that once it's finished. I am still on my YouTube Try Guys game in terms of watching, and those are my comfort watches.
Mhm.
And I haven't been able to this is, plug for the pod for music. The one major downfall of the of 52/music is that I don't feel like I get to dive into other things as much, which I know is the opposite for you, because I think you've been diving into a lot more music. So I don't really have much to recommend this time.
It's tough sometimes, like especially when you're doing it like every week. It's tough to like force yourself to watch those things or
Or
listen
I
to
feel
new
like
music.
I should be listening to the album, and like, oh, if I have the time, I should be listening to the album, or I should be watching the
Right.
movie and not doing something on the side.
Right. Yeah, I had to force myself to watch movies. And like I've done that. I've watched some movies at least, but like last week I watched a lot more or I watched all those Lone Wolf and Cub movies and forced myself to go through those. But I've watched a couple different movies over the last week. Some 2025 movies just to kind of catch up, and one that I would recommend to everybody is a movie called Black Bag. It is on, I think it's on Peacock. But it is like a spy thriller movie by Steven Soderbergh. It's very Mr. and Mrs. Smith. It's very 70s spy thriller. It's cute. It's interesting. A very tight script. Michael Fassbender and oh gosh, now I'm missing her name. Kate Blanchett is in this. Renee Jean Paget or whatever his name is, or Page from Bridgerton. He's in that movie too. It was very good, and it might be my favorite movie of 2025 so far.
More than Sinners.
Oh, Sinner! I forgot about Sinners. My bad. Sinners is number one right now with a bullet. But that movie's certainly up there. Black Bag is certainly up there. And then I watched another movie from 2001. It's a Taiwanese movie called Millennium Mambo, and it's kind of slow and boring, but it's kind of slow and boring in a good way.
Okay. Like
I
a
don't know.
slice of life or
Yeah. It's about a girl growing up, and like her switching back and forth between kind of different lives with two different men in her life. And she's young, and she's, it's kind of coming of age a little bit. And there's really good cigarette smoking in that movie. So that's my recommendation.
nice.
Also, I did want to say something about a Casper, and maybe we can talk a little bit more about Casper. Somebody in the chat earlier said something about Casper being a movie that deals with death in a way. I'm trying to see past all the ghost boner jokes in here. It addresses death in a way very few kids movies do. And I agree.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely doing that, but I do think that there are movies that do it a little bit better. Like that we've seen, or like Coco is a great example of a movie that talks about death in an interesting way. And that's a different cultural way to do that as well. Soul is another one that I think kind of hits on death a little bit. So Pixar's really kind of nailed a market on death. Toy Story 3 kind of has a acceptance of death. Bridge to Terabithia, like Jesus. Some other movies out there, but I agree. I wish Casper kind of went for it more.
Yeah, I'm trying to think like I guess I don't know if it's more so about death, it's about grief.
Yeah.
Like letting go of grief, letting go of, but yeah, the whole unfinished business thing, like it's kind of interesting. It just talking about death in a children's movie is difficult.
Lion King.
I think Lion King is heavy.
Don't worry about it.
Have you tried not fucking worrying about it? Hakuna Matata, baby.
That's right. Frankenweenie kind of does that too, especially like the death of a
dog.
Death of a dog. Charlotte's Web has a little bit of that. Up has a little up like
up.
Jesus. So there are some movies, but I do agree, and I think that because it is a kids movie, they kind of pulled some punches on it and didn't go as hard as they could. Land Before Time, guys. I'm just thinking of these things.
Oh, Land Before Time is the best. It's devastating.
Never-Ending Story. Oh gosh, guys, there's a lot of them out there. So if you think of more, you can do more of that.
That's another list on Letterboxd.
That is another list on dead
kids movies about death.
Dead kid movies, death. You can get more information. You can talk with us more about these things by joining our Discord server. You can do that following the links on the link tree below this video. And you are also welcome to join me on Instagram. Follow us on Instagram. That's where we post when we're going to be doing some of these. I usually give the dates and the times of those things, especially because of summer and vacations and all those things. So there's a little bit of leeway that we need during the summer. So everything is posted there. And then also you can join me on Letterboxd. I posted those links have been going through the chat the whole time. So next week we're starting a new theme for a month. We're in the month of we're going to be in August. We're going to be starting a new theme. That theme is called Crime Doesn't Pay, where all the movies involve lots of crime, and it's also Crime Doesn't Pay because none of these movies were actually nominated for a Best Picture Oscar. And some of them probably could have been nominated. We can talk about that. So our next movie, and I think we're going to try and do this on Saturday. I need to talk with my guest to make sure that we can do this Saturday around noon is what I'm shooting for, maybe earlier, even if we need to. So that's Saturday, August 2nd, or earlier, noonish, to get that done. And we're going to be talking about the movie Seven, David Fincher's Seven movie. So And then, of course, you'll see me again this Wednesday. Our extra credit theme is called Just for Kids, where our 4 movies are all children's movies from this time. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, The Big Green, Tall Tale, and A Kid in King Arthur's Court. So watch those movies and join us Wednesday, July 30th at 6 p.m. And then, like Alyssa was talking about, 52/1995 music, we're finishing up our hip-hop month there, and we're talking about Coolio's Gangsta's Paradise album there. So that's it, and that's all. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in to 52/1995. We'll see you next week. Love you guys. I'll cut here in a second. Here we go.
What a year, what a time. Big screens, dreams, a movie rewind. From talking toys to heists gone wrong, we're watching it live and singing along. 52/1995. Grab some snacks, we're going live. Action, drama, comedy, gold. We're reliving the stories told.
One movie a week, all year long.